Hello, I'm Dr. Lindsay Trottier. I am a doctor of acupuncture and Chinese medicine practicing in San Diego, California, and I am a certified BaZi consultant. What is BaZi? Well, BaZi is part of the three essentials, or what we look at when we are looking at the heaven, human, and earth connection in people, which translates to heaven equaling the timing of our lives, the human level being what we can do to affect our own health, as in medicine, relationships, etc., and the earth component being the study called feng shui, or how we are interacting with our environment. So why is BaZi important? Well, BaZi, when we understand it, has to do with the cycles of our lives. At a particular time that we are born, we have a chart, our own natal BaZi chart. And the information in that chart will interact with other people's BaZi charts, and it will also interact with the BaZi calendar. BaZi has really little to do with your desires. If your desires do not line up with your BaZi chart, you will likely be miserable. So when we understand our own charts and cycles of time, it's about learning to be more in harmony with the world, with nature, and it's about understanding what is happening, what has happened, and what is likely to happen. One thing we want to know when we are looking at the BaZi chart is the understanding of yin-yang and wuxing, or the 5 phases. I've already made 2 videos that go deeper into yin-yang theory and wuxing, or the 5 phases, or 5 elements. So please take a look at those videos to understand those more if you don't already. When we combine yin-yang and wuxing, we get the heavenly stems. Those will make up the top row of your BaZi chart. At the bottom, you will find the 12 earthly branches. A lot of people are familiar with these, as they are commonly known as the Chinese zodiac. So many people will know what year they were born, if they were born in the year of the horse, the year of the rooster, the year of the rat, etc. This is what a BaZi chart looks like. Ba means 8 and Zi means characters. So as you can see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 characters. This is your BaZi chart. When we do your BaZi chart, we will need to know your gender at birth, your birth date, birth time, and birth location. With the chart, we can see that the top row are listed the 10 heavenly stems, the 12 earthly branches, and with the 12 earthly branches, we have an association of hidden stems. Some will be more dominant than others. Once we know this about our chart, we look to the day master, or the Yuan, which is here. This will tell us where the wuxing, or the 5 elements, will pivot around our chart. And each element has a yin-yang polarity. So in this chart, you can see Jia, which is the yang wood heavenly stem, and this person's day master is represented here at the top of the star in green, because it is the wood element. From there, we follow the wuxing, the generating cycle. So wood to fire, to earth, to metal, to water, back to wood. Each box is labeled with the element that is filling these characters. Which brings us to the Shen, or the 10 spirits. Like I said, the day master, which will be representative of the self, will be at the top. Things of this element in this chart will be associated with one of the heavenly stems, or 2 of the heavenly stems, B and J, which will represent self, siblings, partners, peers, wealth, or competition, among other things. From there, we have the Shishang, or things you produce, things you create. For women, this would be her children. Next, we have Sai. This could be money, finances, assets, income, wealth, your father. and this can also be men's romantic partners. Next we have guansha. This would be your responsibility, power, influence. These are things associated with bosses and employees, government, law. This would be men's children, and this would be a woman's romantic partner. Next we have yin, and this could be related to education, teachers, mentors, religion, spirituality, and your mother. So as we can see in Miss M's chart, she has quite a lot of wood. She has quite a lot of Shishan of Bijie. And through analysis of her chart, we find that she's actually what we call a Shen Ro or weak body chart. There are 4 types of charts. There's Shen Ro or weak body, Shen Chang or strong body, Songge, which means extremely weak, or Janwanga, which means extremely strong. And these are all reflective of whatever the self element is. In this case, Miss M's self element is yang wood. Once we know that she has a weak body chart, we know that we actually want to strengthen her element. So through the generating cycle, we know that water will strengthen her element, and her own element will strengthen her element. All the other elements will take away. So for this person, water and wood would be the most beneficial element. Now we look at each pillar's association. The year pillar, or Nyan, would have to do with things relating to this person's community, their beginnings, and if this person were a man, it could be related to children. A lot of these pillars have many associations, but these are the most basic and simple of associations to start with. The next pillar, Yue, is the month pillar. This is the month you were born. She was born in a metal rooster year, in a wood goat month. The month pillar has to do with your family and your parents. Miss M was born on a wood tiger day. The day pillar, or the Ru, has to do with the self, peers, and in this case, this tiger here is occupying her spouse palace. The last pillar is Shi, or time. She was born at a fire tiger hour. This time pillar will give us information about how she is in public, possibly information about her career, and because she's a woman, this will have indications about her children. The last thing we generally look at is what we call the Dai Yun, or the lifetime progression of pillars. So while we have 4 natal pillars that do not change, every 10 years we get a 5th pillar that will interact with our own and will give an indication to big themes in that decade of our life. For Miss M, currently she is in her Earth 4 or pig pillar. Those are the basics of BaZi. So what can we do with this information? Well, our BaZi charts give us information about our natural talents and where we are naturally lacking. We can find balance in the human experience or through our relationships with other people, through the food we eat, through the choices we make, and through our natural health and how we take care of ourselves. At the earth level, it's all about our environment. So let's say we're talking about Miss M. She is lacking in water in her chart. Water is associated with the north. Water is also a very beneficial element for her. So she might want to live in somewhere more northern in latitude. She might want to live by the water. She might want to decorate her home in water type materials and colors. We use this information to plan ahead. When's the best time to start a relationship or transition to marriage or to start having children? We can also use this information to understand how we interact with other people in general, or by looking at 2 charts together. We can use this information for employment purposes Maybe you're looking to hire between 2 to 3 people. By understanding their charts, you might understand a little better about what they're going to bring to your business. We can use this information to know when's the best time for you to invest, to sell, to move, etc. I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and if you'd like to learn more, you can book an appointment with me. Please go to my website, lindsaytrottier.com. Thank you.